Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hot seat. Today I have a special program for you. For indeed, today we do part 4 of the series to which we have been discussing. But before we do that, today's program I will start with a guest all the way from Italy. Note what I'm saying. He's not from Tobago. He's not from Grenada. He's not from Guyana, St. Lucia, Venezuela, America. No, he's from Italy. So in a short while, I'll bring that guest to you. Hold on to your seat. We will get to that guest just now. Just before we do that, let me start the program the right way. Of course, with everything I do, I go to the Lord in prayer. So please, Trinidad and Tobago, join me as I ask the Lord for his divine blessings and his divine intervention. Please join me. O heavenly, loving God, the creator of heaven and earth, we thank you for this opportunity so we can talk to the people of our country and to the people of the world. Bless us, thou God. Father God, protect us from the forces of evil. Protect us, thou God, from wicked people. Have mercy upon us, thou God. Father God, those who are sick, touch them and heal them. Father God, those who have financial problems, open the doors of heaven and bless them. I want you to bless every single police officer that they will go beyond the call of duty to stop crime and corruption in our country. I want you to help the leader of the opposition and the opposition. I want you, thou God, to help the leader of government and the government, that they, as leaders of our country, will put country over party. Bless us this day, I pray. I pray this prayer, and I ask for your blessings in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Let's all say together, amen. All right. So, we're going to start the program now. Are you ready to start TNT all over the country, wherever you are, throughout the world? Watch us on the Facebook, watch us through YouTube, wherever you're watching us. TNT, are you ready to say the great words with me? Are you ready, TNT? At the count of 3, say it with me. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I love my country. All right. Our country is the best. Our country is the best. And today, I have with us a special guest. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I of course, because you know I'm Thai-tongue in the first place, but I will massacre his name. I asked him first of all for my apology, as the case may be, in terms of pronouncing the name of this guest of ours. But Trinidad and Tobago, welcome to the hot seat for the first time in Trinidad and Tobago, all the way from Italy. None other than Paolo Anirico. And that's the best I can do. Pleasure. Tell the nation the correct pronunciation of your name.
Paolo Annicchiarico.
Paolo Annicchiarico. I was actually close. So Trinidad and Tobago, this gentleman traveled all the way from Italy. He is involved in the music business. He sells records around the world, around the Caribbean and Central America. But you know what he does? He buys and sells records. Do you know what he came to Trinidad to do? Tell me. Madam Tunapuna, you know? No, you don't know. My good friend, who always pours God's blessings upon me, do you know what he does? What he came here for? He came looking for all the old records. And I was trying to get in contact with my friend, and I told a guy to call him for me, my good friend Santis, in terms of getting all the old records. But I have not reached Santis as yet. This gentleman, he is buying old records all over the country. What I did was I went to Tourist Villa. He's staying at Tourist Villa, by the way. And I went to Tourist Villa, and I saw 2 guys carrying this box load of, I said, what are they carrying? And these records before I was born. Tell me, and welcome to Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell the nation of Trinidad and Tobago exactly what you do, and let me take my time, because you know English is not his first language, so let me take my time. Tell the nation exactly what you do and why you're here in Trinidad in respect to our records.
Well, I'm here basically to buy as much old records as possible, records of any kind, but mainly music recorded and produced on the island of Trinidad. Mm-hmm. So I started this activity 3 years ago with the intentions to rescue as much old music as possible before it was thrown away in the garbage by most of the people. And this is actually the 4th time that I come to Trinidad, because this country has amazing music since amazing records since more than 100 years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was shocked yesterday they were playing a record that was done, it was in 1914 or something like that?
1914.
1914 in Trinidad and Tobago?
Yes, these are the very first recordings made in Trinidad by the RCA label.
RCA label?
Yes, that opened a shop here in Port of Spain in 1914 with the intention to record local artists and local music.
1914?
More than 100 years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen, that's 105 years ago we're talking about.
Yes, calypso music of more than 100 years ago.
My jeez. And you see, whereas we take our art form for granted, this gentleman traveling the world, and he's here in Trinidad. This is his 4th trip in Trinidad. Of all the countries of the world, this is his 4th trip in Trinidad, buying records, getting records. So if you have all those oldies, and how long you have in Trinidad again?
Sorry?
How long do you have in Trinidad again? How long would you stay in further? When
I'm going away this Sunday.
This Sunday. So if you have old records, and not just calypso, any old record, he is here to purchase them. What he does, he takes them and sells them throughout the world. There are people who are buying this, and he buys vinyl. He's into it's vinyl or vinyl? Vinyl records, as the case may be. So tell us, some of the records that you have been able to get so far, how is the quality?
The quality, you mean the quality of the audio?
Yeah.
I got records of any kind in very good conditions, like factory new records, perfectly conserved all over the years, and records that are in very bad state and play with a lot of surface noise. You can find any kind of stuff. Any
kind of sound. So when you play the record, you take it now and you put it on the internet. And then persons throughout the world contact you according to who want whichever song.
Well, we are talking about some of the rarest records in the world. Some of these records are known to exist in maybe 4, 5, 3 copies all around the world. Very few survived all over the years. So if you are a collector and you're looking for some exclusive music, you will probably search on internet and you won't find many people selling the record you're looking for, So this is the way people get to me.
And therefore those records will actually cost a reasonable sum.
Yes, some of the records may have a very high value.
What is the oldest record that you have? Is it the one from Trinidad from 1914, or you have older than that in terms of your collection?
I think probably these are the oldest records I have.
From Trinidad?
Yeah.
Are you hearing that, TNT? Are you hearing that? From Trinidad, the oldest records are 114 years old. Of course, we started, oil exploration started right here. Are you aware of that? That the first oil well was drilled in Trinidad in the whole world? So this is great. So listen, let me do this. If there are any callers who want to call and speak to Prior Low, as the case may be, you can call and if you have records, or if you know of good records, or if you want to give him a piece of advice. He's all the way from Italy. Take your time. If you call in, take your time, speak slowly so that he can understand. So the lines are open now, and we have with us our guest here who is here with us, and of course his name is on the screen. I'm damaging his name, but at the end of the day, call in now if you want to ask him a question, if you want to talk about records, if you want to talk about our songs, because calypso, people are actually buying calypso, those old calypso records.
People can buy any kind of good music, and here Trinidad is full of good music. Trinidadians have a very good reputation as musicians all over the world.
So therefore it is not a problem to have these things sold, as the case may be?
Yes, absolutely, it's not a problem.
But so in Italy, do you only just sell the music, or you actually are involved in playing the music like a DJ? Are you also involved in production or producing music?
Yes, I do a little bit of everything, but my main activity remain the trade of the records. I mean, buying and selling. in the free time, I also enjoy myself DJing in a club, you know, or maybe producing a record just for fun, just to permit more people to possess a certain recording that is very hard to find, hard to get in its original format. You know, I brought one record with me that I wanted to show to you because this is an example of a very rare record from Trinidad. It's from 1937. That is a crucial year for calypso music because, you know, at the beginning calypso music was a folkloric music, carnival music from Trinidad. But in 1937, RCA label started this series of records, Bluebird, and this is the very first recording of the Trinidad Constabulary Band. You know, the
police band.
The police band of Trinidad.
This is the first
very
police
first
band
recording
Trinidad
of the
Tobago.
police band.
I'm not giving you back. I'm taking this. This is mine. This is mine. This have to be mine. Listen, to pull. Let's get a close-up shot on this if possible. Take it out. Take it out.
If you take it out of the sleeve, you will notice that this record is not actually vinyl, but it's a different material. This is shellac.
Wow. This is what?
Shellac.
Shellac. I thought it was only vinyl.
No. Vinyls probably was used for producing records around the 50s. But before records were like this.
All right, so what I'll do, I want you to hold it up to your camera. As in case they'll come and hold it up in front of you. So they can see, and they're saying that this is, hold it up right in front of you. So they can see it is not vinyl. It is what is it called?
Shellac.
Shellac. So this was the first type of material for recording, or this was alongside vinyl?
This is the first time of material for recording.
For recording? My God. TNT.
Very fragile, very easy to break.
Trinidad Tobago. This is the first record of the Trinidad Tobago. Listen, the Calypso Swing, it's called the Calypso Swing Melody Part 1 and Part 2. Trinidad Tobago Constabulary Band, Lieutenant. Wow. He's R. Dennison, and this is the director. Lieutenant R. Dennison, or Lieutenant R. Dennison, I think is the name of the person. Not released. This was a radio broadcast. My God, Manufacturer Incorporated. Wow. Bluebird Records.
With this series of records, the RCA tried to
electrically phonograph. Man, this is like, is this like historic?
Yes, absolutely. It's a piece of history of this country.
This is almost 100 years old.
Yeah.
18 years again, and this will be 100 years old. This record I'm holding in my hands
and
here.
It's extremely hard to find.
And you got us in Trinidad?
Yes, I got it last Sunday.
In Trinidad?
In Trinidad.
My. Let me hold it very carefully here, because I know this will worth some kind of. The record from 100, that is 114 from 1914. You don't have that with you?
No, I don't have it here with me, but they look more or less like this. Just the label is different because it's not Bluebird, but it's RCA.
RCA.
This label I was telling you was the first attempt to give calypso music an higher status, to sell calypso music to people all around the world, especially in the United States. So this is when calypso music became popular and was not just carnival music as before.
As before. Trinidad Tobago, you're hearing for yourself. right here in Trinidad and Tobago, 1914, the first record that he has been able to get in terms of recording. There's none other that's older. He got 1914 right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Our calypso has been around a long time. Director, give me a minute. Our music has been around a long time. On that basis, I encourage all of you to contact this gentleman. He's here until Sunday. Producer, would you be at the Caribbean Tourist Villa?
Yes.
And he will be at the Caribbean Tourist Villa until Sunday. Caribbean Tourist Villa is right in the Woodbrook area. Take the number down. If you want to contact him, call 627-5423. That is 627-5423. 5423 is the Caribbean Tourist Villa right in the Woodbrook area right there. He's staying there and you can come with all your old records. If your records even older than that, if your records 1950, 1940, 1960, he's interested in those records. Calypso music or any other genre, any other area of music. Bring your records, call him. Take the number down. Are you ready? 627-5423. And remember also, Caribbean Tourist Villa, because of one cancellation, have one room available for the carnival. That room has been made available because the person got snow out in bad weather in America and they can't come down here to Trinidad. Their house got damaged severely with the snow, so they can't come to Trinidad. So if you have a friend coming in, you want a place, you want to need a nice place, it's called Caribbean Tourist Villa right in the Woodbrook area. Call them at 627-5423. 627 is your home away from home with swimming pool, cable television. It's a nice place. It's just a home. It's not a guest house. It's not a hotel. It's just a home away from home. So my brother, I want to thank you for coming to the program today. I want to ask you this question in closing. If you have, there are calls coming in. Sorry, my apologies. Call, welcome. Let's take some calls. Producer, give me a little time.
I love my country.
Caller, welcome.
I love my country. Mentor, motivator.
Yes.
Mr. Harvey, you never cease to amaze me. This wonderful gentleman, so welcome to Trinidad. Welcome. And I must say, it brings joy to my heart to know that someone like you can preserve our calypso music. When you see, you would know the Jamaican have never let go of their reggae. Never. But we in Trinidad, we tend to be merging, and we have every possible thing but our calypso. I myself am married to a calypsonian. Mr. Harvey knows him. But it's dying. The real calypso that you will know, sir, the real calypso going back to the days of the band, the police band, it's all dying. It's not telling the story. It's not telling the people's plight. It is all jump and wind and that kind of thing. Sir, I thank you. I praise you. I ask you to continue, and I hope people looking on will follow in your example and preserve our heritage. And one day when we are way beyond, our music will be heard by kings and queens. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Harvey. God bless you.
Thank you very much indeed. It is indeed a privilege having him here on the program today. When I heard what he was doing, when I heard what he was doing from the manager of the place, I said, listen, we have to have him on the program because this is someone who's traveling the world, but has come to Trinidad not once, not twice, but 4 times have come to Trinidad just to get records because our country is great, you know. That's why I tell people I love my country.
I totally agree with you.
So welcome and thank you for coming. If you have any advice to give Trinidadians or the musicians, what advice would you give us?
I don't think I can give any advice to musicians in Trinidad. They've been doing great business since more than 100 years ago. I can only tell it, keep on.
But our music somehow has not been able to transcend our borders in terms of, yes, in the Caribbean, calypso music is loved in the Caribbean, but in terms of taking it on the world stage, like in the American situation where they have international music, we have not been able to cross that barriers yet. And those are things we need to do in the future to bring calypso music as one of the international music, even on the Grammys, having as one of the international music that can have a category for, because there's a category for reggae music right now, but calypso or soca music has not reached that point. Marshall Montano, our great, one of our great songsters, I think he was on the verge of doing that, but somehow we have not reached that point. So I'm hoping with efforts like yours, taking our music, selling our music, we are able to do it. Let's take this call. Caller, welcome. Caller? We lost the call? All right, so we have lost that call, but I want to thank you very much. I want to thank you very much again, and I want to hope that people contact you at the Caribbean Tourist Villa right in the Woodbrook area. Call him at 627-5423. That's 627-5423. If you can't get through that number, call 624-6702. That's 624-6702. He's staying at the Caribbean Tourist Villa in the Woodbrook area. Contact him, and if you have music and you want to sell your music, this is the man to buy your songs from you. Once more, we thank you very much, and give the nation your closing comment. Tell Trinidad Tobago your closing words.
I want to thank everybody in this country. It's not a case that I'm here for the first time. I always enjoy myself in this place. It's full of lovely people, and when I'm here, I feel at home. So I can only say thank you, everybody, for being so nice with me everywhere I've been.
For the great hospitality,
Yeah.
Trini hospitality,
Trini
Tobago
hospitality.
hospitality, Trinidad Tobago, our home. So once more, we thank you. Thank you for coming
Thanks
to
to
Trinidad
you.
Tobago. Thank you very much. So TNT, we'll go for a break now. When we come back, we discuss the issue that's at hand. We shall be right back.
Yo, this is your boy Aaron Duncan speaking, and I will be at the Children's Spectacular on Sunday the 24th of February. Parents, bring out your kids, come out in your numbers, because we're going back, hey, back to basics again, boom.
Children, girls and boys, moms, dads, uncles, aunties, grannies, get ready for the time of your life in Children's Spectacular.
The party start, the party shot,
The ultimate family event, Sunday, February 24th, 2 to 6 p.m. at the Arima Velodrome. Come and hear all your favorite soca stars sing their hits of 2019. Also enjoy many added attractions like clowns, bouncing castle, face painting, chair planes, rock climbing, pony rides, zip lining, plus much more. All happening at the ultimate family event, Children's Spectacular. Sunday, February 24th, 2 to 6 p.m. at the Arima Velodrome. Adults 150, children 100.
and all rides are free. Early bird children tickets bought by the day before the show cost $20 less or until stocks last. Presented by Kiss Baking Company, Bermudez Biscuits, Holiday Snacks, Flavorite Foods, Digicel, and the Arima Borough Council.
For more info, call 628-8700.
U-Juice is a super nutrient drink with turmeric, ginger, and ginseng, nature's most powerful roots. Try our new ginger lime spice today and enjoy taste perfection. Your new favorite drink has arrived. U-Juice, en route to the ultimate you. Available nationwide.
Cabby. Safety, convenience, affordability. Your everyday travel partner. Download now on the App Store.
Believe, Practice and Succeed Movement Limited, located at number 10 South La Resource Dabadi and Bonaccord Main Street in Tobago. Services offered: total body analysis, spinal alignment, and treatment for all ailments. Master distributor of Arcworld product range, which are FDA approved, pharmaceutically graded, and can be used with medication. Arcworld Pink Drink, the only pre-digested L-arginine product, combats heart disease, diabetes, and other circulation problems. Arcworld Purple Drink provides the 3 A's of healing: alkalizing, anti-inflammatory, and anti-aging. Arcworld Micro Multivitamins with coenzyme Q10 and the Arcworld Ship Shape, a breakthrough in weight loss. All available exclusively at BPS Movement Limited, number 10 South La Resource Dabadi and Bonaccord Main Street in Tobago. For more information or for an appointment, please call 382-5067, 475-8978 or 286-3931.
Watch boy, that phone really phone label.
Yeah, on your hand now. Tell you about the temper glass.
Much better again now, boy.
You can get my tactical enterprise.
Take me then now, boy.
There we go.
for the best in cell phone accessories. Check Tactical Enterprise. At Tactical, you get red carpet service and competitive wholesale prices on cell phone cases, OtterBox, armor speaker, tempered glass, pop sockets, memory cards, Apple and Samsung chargers, batteries, LED bulbs. Let's talk phones. J2 Prime, J2 Pro, J5 Pro, J7 Prime, S8, S8 Plus, S9, and S9 Plus. Tactical Enterprise, located at Ramgooly Trace North, Montplaisy Road, Canupia. Give them a call, 716-2900. Tactical Enterprise, where style meets technology.
Ah boy, you got you. Yeah boy. I got a brand new phone, brand new case, brand new temper glass. Tactical Enterprise have it nice.
Bright Ideas has the largest array of practical and finishing items for the home under one roof. From the most sophisticated selection of exotic flowers in the country to amazing chandeliers, lighting and wall fixtures. Bright Ideas caters for every room in the house with unique items that you'll find nowhere else. So you can fix up your home, complete that special look and be the envy of all. With household appliances, draperies, beddings, kitchen and dining room items, outdoor furnishings, TV, electronics, and so much more. Bright Ideas, Marabella, Princestown, Rio Claro, Point Fortin, and Gulf City. Getting married? Then inquire about their bridal registry or visit them today for that special gift item. For the holidays and for every day, there is a Bright Idea just waiting for you. Bright Ideas with 5 great locations and convenient opening hours to serve you. Visit them today at Marabella, Princestown, Rio Claro, Point Fortin, and the Gulf City.
Royal Castle ready for the carnival. And good news, the mega meal ready too. Yes! Get 12 flavorful, tender pieces of chicken, 6 real nice tasty sides, and a refreshing 2-liter soft drink. Just right for the crew. The mega meal convenient for the beach line or just to enjoy at home. So for this carnival, get the Royal Castle Mega Meal. Talk done.
The Caribbean Tourist Villa Car Spa is now open. Visit us today at number 2 McDonald and Colville Street, Port of Spain. Have your vehicle fully detailed while you wait. From washing to polishing, the car spa takes care of it all. Get your headlights and upholstery fully restored. The Caribbean Tourist Villa Car Spa. Open Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Guaranteed speed washing in 30 minutes or it's all free. Caribbean Tourist Villa Car Spa. Now open at the corner of McDonald and Colville Street, Port of Spain, opposite the Power Gen building. Check us out today.
Carnival starts with Trinidad and Tobago. This is your boy Doggy Slaughter, the king of Juve 2019. And that is the king of Jab. Do everything you want to do in the season. Just be safe, have fun, and enjoy the culture. But one thing I don't want you to do is drink and drive, because drinking and driving, that's always the wrong mix. When you're tight, you can't drive right. Ready for the mass on the road, ready for the mass on the road. Ready for the mass on the road, ready for the mass on the road, ready for the mass on the road.
My Fet, your Fet, Army Fet. The safest bet in Carnival. Friday, February 22nd, 2019 in the Soca Showdown. Machel Manteno with his full band. Soca Capital, Queen's Park, Savannah. Get ready to represent Farmer Nappy. Ira George, Urban Al, Shell Marshall, Voice Flex, and the All-Stars. Swampy, Super Blue, Grenada's Mandela Links, and from St. Vincent, Simba, Nadia Batson, Patrice Roberts, Amigo Be Hot, Nyla Blackman, and from Jamaica, Shensia. Soca family, get ready to represent
Army Fet, the safest fet in Carnival.
Army Fet is powered by
Stag, the official beer of Army Fet 2019.
Johnny Walker, Hennessy,
NLCB,
Blue Water,
Monster Energy Drink,
Racetrack Wheel,
American Stores,
Magnum Tonic Wine,
Forest Park Punch and Rum, more fire,
Campari,
and Guinness, made of more.
Grand sale at Van Egmond, the magical soil, available at all PriceSmart stores. Now is the time to grow your own food with Van Egmond, the magical soil for all plants. Beer in 6 weeks, guaranteed results. Van Egmond, the magical soil, available at all PriceSmart stores. Call Freeport Agro Center 496-4603 or 790-9247. Van Egmond, magical soil. The grand sale is on.
Trinidad Tobago, welcome back to the program, The Hot Seat. It was really nice interviewing the gentleman from Italy in respect to his love for calypso music first and foremost. He actually loved calypso music. I saw him yesterday just playing the calypso music with his earphone in his ear, and he was just there dancing, listening to the music while he was playing on the turntable. He had a thing, it was just fantastic. His love for calypso music, and the fact that he has turned calypso music primarily into a business where he's now selling the records all over the world. And he's here, this is his fourth trip, and I'm talking, I saw boxes and boxes of records that he has purchased in what seemingly looked to me like good condition that he purchased here in Trinidad and Tobago. So that's fantastic. But as we talk about that, and as we look at what's going to happen around us in the world today, I want us to focus on our health. Trinidad Tobago, too many times we are so busy, myself included, we are so busy, we don't focus on our health. So before we go to our discussion, are African people stupid? Before we go to that, this is the fourth, and tomorrow will be the fifth and final segment of this discussion. I planned to do it one day, but based on the hundreds of feedback I got, based on those who text me, based on those who send me different WhatsApp, based on all based on the feedback, I felt this entire week of the carnival, while some of you go into carnival and you forget after carnival there's life, and you spend all your money. Listen, it's important to focus on that which is important. It's important. So are African people stupid? And we'll go into it in detail today and tomorrow, and then we close that discussion. But your health is your wealth. Too many times we fell sick, and so many persons have fallen sick with stroke. It's stroke after stroke after stroke. I want you to be able to watch the signs. I want to thank my friend who sent me this one. Thank you very much. Please, take care of your health. Look at this. Please, take care.
How pretty was that?
Not bad, but not half as pretty as this.
Well, bring it on. My, if the old folks' home is looking for a ringer, look no further.
I'm in the prime of my life, I'll have you know. And these are your genes too, pal. Let's take a good long look at your future. Huh?
I don't know about my future, but I think I can see my reflection.
Such disrespect.
Come on, free shot. I bet you can't make it from here. What, you afraid of losing our bet? Dad, are you okay? Dad. Look, let's sit down, okay?
It's going away now.
What was that? I mean, 1 second you were fine and the next you're all limp.
I'm not sure. My hand went a little numb and I couldn't seem to get any words out. But I feel fine now.
Well, we're still not playing.
Oh, sure, we gotta finish.
No, Dad, sit down. Something just happened to you. I'm calling for help.
You've just watched someone have a mini stroke, sometimes called a TIA, or transient ischemic attack. A TIA is a serious medical condition that indicates blood flow to the brain has been interrupted, usually because of a temporary blood clot in a person's artery. What are the warning signs of a TIA? Well, as you've just seen, a person may suddenly feel weakness, numbness, or heaviness, even in a small part of the body, like the hand, face, or foot. It may be hard to speak or understand words. Things may look blurry or dim, and a person might feel dizzy or clumsy on their feet. You might also experience a sudden headache that feels like a severe migraine. Symptoms might last a few hours or only a few minutes, but a TIA is a serious medical condition regardless of how long the symptoms last. It's your body's way of warning you that you're at risk of having a stroke. Just like chest pains can warn of an impending heart attack, a TIA can warn of an impending brain attack, which is why we also want you to think of TIA as Take Immediate Action. If you or someone you know experiences any of these symptoms, call 911 or get to the hospital immediately. The minutes you save could also save a life.
The minutes you save can also save a life. Are you hearing that, Trinidad Tobago? The minutes you save can also save a life. Take care of your health. Look for signs. As you get older, be smarter, be wiser. Check yourself. Check your doctor. And if you're not into checking doctors, take the right herbal medicine on a regular basis. You don't have diabetes, but take anti-diabetes things to make sure you don't get diabetes. You don't have this, take the, to ensure, constantly think about your health is the only way to go. I do it. Yes, I'm only 37 years of age, and I said with a straight face, I do it because I know the value of one's health. Your health is your greatest wealth. Trinidad Tobago, let's now talk some issues just before we get into our main discussion today. Let's talk some issues. Because I want to understand, are we just living in a total faking country? Yes, the word starts with F, but it's not what you thought I would have said. Are we living in a total faking country and everything is just fake around us? I love my country. But we who love our country must be able to say, this is faking nonsense. This is faking this. And people are too fictitious. Yeah? Fictitious. Not fictitious, but fictitious. Acting normal, but it's pure hate. They ain't like your head, but they're smiling with you. As you turn around, they talk to you nice. As you turn around, their tongue like sharper than a sword where you are concerned. Let me bring two issues to you for your attention, to ask you about it. Are we a bunch of fakes and hypocrites? Are we very hypocritical? And all we know is about hypocrisy? I'll give you a great example. Yesterday, I called upon my friend Tony Lee to not be part of his station competition this evening. And I got that vibration because Tony Lee is my very, very good friend. We are good friends for donkey years. As a matter of fact, our children attended the same school. Tony Lee's children and my children attended the same school. So we are good friends, both on the air and off the air. So I call upon him to not to, note me, take part in this evening's Calypso competition. And I call upon him based on the principle of what he and his co-host was advocating on the station in terms of their principle of what's right and what's wrong. They call upon Fian Lyons Alvarez to not to have her band as the band for the Soca Monarch. They felt it was inappropriate, nepotism. And the fact that you control the show, you should also control the band, as the case may be. And they call upon her to remove her band from the show. And they were very forthright about it and self-righteous about it. They went a bit further and they called upon, and up this morning on the morning program, they put it as for persons to vote upon. And persons voted. And 30% of those who voted said that Winston Gypsy Peters should not take part in the Calypso Monarch of Trinidad Tobago. There are those who said, but you know, he's taking part in the extempo, so what's the big difference? But Tony Lee's co-host was quite passionate about the fact that Winston Gypsy Peters ought not to have taken part and should not have taken part and should withdraw himself or remove himself and probably just be a guest performer at the March Gras or at the semifinals. Forthright. Because Because they were saying, and even my other good friend, which is Louis Lee Singh, called in and said, listen, doesn't Gypsy understand that even though he is not directly the head of TUCO, by extension, he being the head of the NCC, he is over TUCO, he is by extension over everything. And Louis Lee Singh, my real good friend, at times we live in the same area. At times, we live in the same area. Who's one of the persons who put me on radio in the early days. When I was on the other station, even at Power 1-2, and when I was on the early station, I used to do a program, first program on not, it wasn't 95.5 then, it was our next station name. Doesn't come to my head right now. I used to do a program called It's My Party on that station. And after I left that program, I remember, I think Darren Massel took over from me because I put Darren Massel to work on Power 1-2 to replace me for the Justice program. Then he took over It's My Party on that program. Louis Lee Singh called in this today and said, yes, Gypsy should remove himself. The principle is that Gypsy should remove himself. I asked the question, are we just a faking nation? A bunch of fakes? Because yesterday, I called upon Tony Lee, my good friend, co-host, who made a passionate plea for Gypsy and Fair and Lions to withdraw themselves or in the Fair's case, a ban. And Gypsy himself, one is a governmental and one is a private. So there's no contradiction here. We would deal with both government and private. I said that Tony Lee, as the president of 95.5, should also remove himself from the clubs of competition. Yes, the competition started as a kick thing, but it's a serious thing now. They now are the grandstand with hundreds and hundreds of spectators, and also their employees are looking forward to winning the prize. Why should he be in there? He paid the judges, he paid for the venue, he paid for the this, he paid for the that, he paid the musician. Suppose the musician play better for him, that's a good time for Alliance. She said she had nobody in singing. But he is singing, he paid the band. Suppose he paid the band because they want to make sure get work next year. They play better for him. Listen, Tony Lee, remove yourself. And would your co-host have the strength to say to you, boss, I think you should remove yourself based on the principle that we have been advocating. But you know, we are just a faking nation, according to Gypsy. A bunch of fakes. Will that happen? Will my friend Louis Lee Singh tell Tony Lee, listen, Tony, based on what we are saying here, the same applies to you, you know. Remove yourself. Come tonight and give a guest performance. Principle! With Darren Master sitting, no, this is, no, what you Will Ralph Morad say that to him? Will anybody have the strength to say that to him because they might be concerned that they're working there and it's their job, how they can say that to the boss? This is the same point I'm making. We are becoming a faking nation. So the same thing that you are saying, and both of you were saying, not as the co-host, but also Tony Lee, my good friend, was saying that these people should step aside and step away. Doesn't the same thing apply to Tony Lee? I am just saying because of the principle, I heard them and I thought about it, I said, but you know what? They're saying one thing, but it applies to them also. The principle. But let's wait and see. You think people are principle? Or is a bunch of fakes and hypocrites? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking the question. Do we have principle? Does it apply only to me or only to you? Or those who called in and said, yes, Gypsy should not be there, would they also call in tomorrow and say, Tony, but you should not have been there? Or you know what? They're going to call in and mash me up. Why? Because it's easier to do that. Because why? They probably figure I'm black and stupid. I don't know. Principle must override everything else, even friendship. I go to the next point of principle. I go to the next point of, are we a faking nation? There was big raids by the police 2 weeks ago. And after this, we go for a break to come to, just give me a minute, Director. We go for a break right after this and we come to our major area of discussion. Big raid in the country. Young children from Venezuela and other countries held for prostitution. people who were said to be the owners held also. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, they let everybody go. Was it yesterday? They let everybody go. Why? Let me tell you how fake we are and the hypocrisy. This wouldn't have happened if it was a poor man or the little scrunter from Sawa. The police attorney said that the police, listen this, that the police could not get, and as I'm here live on national radio, I'm talking to the nation, that the police on national television, sorry, talking to the nation, that the police could not have gotten a Chinese or Spanish interpreter so that they could have interpreted what the people were saying. So they let them go. Are you hearing me? So they let them go. They couldn't get an interpreter, so they let them go. But yet, the very said people have attorneys. How do the attorneys understand them? Who represent them in court, probably understood them very well, know what they wanted to do, file a habeas corpus or whatever situation they filed in the court, and they were all set free. So their attorneys could understand them. But the police can't understand them. The police can get no interpreters. Ladies and gentlemen, this country, there's a Venezuela embassy. There are various Spanish embassies here, from Spain, from all over, with embassies, and embassies have persons who speak both Spanish and English. You can go to the embassies. I remember people used to come when I was in diplomatic service. People used to come from America to our office to get certain help in terms of understanding certain things. That is what is done. You can have gone to the embassy or to the High Commission or to the honorary consulate or consul and get help. That's the one area. Secondly, there's Spanish English schools here in Trinidad Tobago. You mean there's nobody in those Spanish English schools who could have done that? Are you telling me that? Are you telling me that? In addition to that, there are over 40,000 Venezuelans, apart from the other hundreds of Spanish people here in this country who speak both Spanish and English. You mean the police can get nobody? To come to this nation, this 21st century, and tell the people that they can get an interpreter, and now the court has provided with an interpreter, to me, is complete male cow release. Male cow excretion. What's the name of a male cow? Because you can't tell me in this day and age that you, after 12 how much days, you couldn't get nobody to interpret. You're talking about faking? That to me is pure fake. Hypocrisy. What's good for the goose isn't good for the gander. And therefore, I call the police to board. Something is wrong. TNT, let's go for the break. When we come back, we focus on the issues. Are African people stupid? Let's take that break now.
What does a 5,000 US all-inclusive vacation at Sandals sound like?
This is the light. White sand, crystal water. We can snorkel, play water sports, or just lay here. Honey, pass the champagne, please.
The masseuse is ready for you, ma'am. Don't forget, your shopping tour to this city is booked for 2. Wow, this food is absolutely amazing. 5 courses and stuff. How's your drink there?
Which one? Unlimited premium spirits? Pretty good, darling. Pretty good.
You heard us right. 5,000 US dollars. Win the Sandals vacation of a lifetime from the PDFK group of companies, inclusive of airfare, accommodation, and spending money. Want this to be your getaway vacation? All you gotta do is spend $500 or more at any of our sponsored locations.
Via restaurant, Bright Ideas Home Store, and all facade the Food King Supermarket.
Fill out the entry form and drop it in. You'll be on your way to your dream holiday in no time. Check us out on Facebook for more information. Promotion ends April 23rd.
This promotion is NLCB approved.
It's the return of $10 mornings. Royal. $10 every morning. $10 every morning. Get a traditional chicken sandwich for $10 every morning. $10 every morning. 12 noon. $10 every morning. Get a traditional chicken sandwich for $10 every morning. Caribbean.
Daryl's Famous Foods says it's back. Our $10 mornings. Try our traditional chicken sandwich for only $10 till 12 noon. Daryl's Famous Foods, your taste of the Caribbean.
Believe, Practice and Succeed Movement Limited, located at number 10 South La Resource Dabadie and Bonaccord Main Street in Tobago. Services offered: total body analysis, spinal alignment and treatment for all ailments. Master distributor of Arcworld product range, which are FDA approved, pharmaceutically graded and can be used with medication. Arcworld Pink Drink, the only pre-digested L-arginine product, combats heart disease, diabetes and other circulation problems. Arcworld Purple Drink provides the 3 A's of healing: alkalizing, anti-inflammatory and anti-aging. Arcworld Micro Multivitamins with coenzyme Q10 and the Arcworld Ship Shape, a breakthrough in weight loss. All available exclusively at BPS Movement Limited, number 10 South La Resource Dabadie and Bonaccord Main Street in Tobago. For more information or for an appointment, please call 382-5067, 475-8978 or 286-3931.
This is the Regal range of baking and cooking products. Regal became a household name in the 1960s with icing sugar, which still is the market leader more than a half of a century later, expanding to custard powder, baking powder, cornmeal, popcorn, rolled and quick oats, peas and beans. Regal continues to make cooking and baking more fun for everyone. With the #1 roti mix in the nation, we continue to expand our product range to meet consumers' needs. Regal products for superb flavor, excellent quality and affordable prices. Available at all leading supermarkets across Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean.
Are you looking for a home away from home? Then the place you're looking for is Caribbean Tourist Villa, conveniently located at number 7 Methuen Street, Port of Spain, Trinidad, and fully equipped with cable TV and internet. Whether you're looking for that personal escape or it's you and friends, we're here to accommodate you in our air-conditioned rooms. So call us at 627-5423 or 624-6702 to make your booking today. And did I tell you about the pool? So come see for yourself. Caribbean Tourist Villa. It is definitely your home away from home.
In 2019, the first carnival event from the Mad Team is here. Time Off. On Tuesday, the 26th of February, aboard the Island Royalty, boarding at the Port of Spain waterfront at 2 p.m. and sailing at 3 p.m. Enjoy the sweet sounds of soca.
It's from Ramage.
Get your tickets priced at $200 and available at Daybreak Cafe. Or call our agents in New York, 718-809-0708. Or in Trinidad, 868-486-0640. Get permission, call in sick, or tell your boss you need to leave work early. Whatever your excuse, we're running away from work on Tuesday, February 26th for a daylight cruise aboard the Island Royalty. Come, join the fun and take some time off.
Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome back. This program is really for conscious people, for conscious Indian people, for conscious African people, for conscious people of all race, of all ethnicity, all background. This program is for conscious people, and tomorrow's program will be the highlight. I will bring some things that will really inspire you, motivate you, but more importantly, it should give you the strength to change and to make that shift. Trinidad Tobago, I was told by a friend of mine, and I'll call his first name. I was told by a friend of mine called Angela, and another friend of mine is called Vishnu. And both said to me that you're very brave and strong to be discussing what you're discussing on national television. I said, why? And Vishnu in particular said, because people see those topics as bogey, and in the privacy of friendship, they say all manner of things, but when they come to public, everybody play as though they are sanctified. And I said that, well, that doesn't apply to me because I know my heart is pure. I know I don't hate anybody because of their race, or their religion, or their complexion, or their wealth, or lack thereof. I don't do that. That's not my way. So I can speak on any issue from my heart. And with the inspiration of my Father, my Lord, my God, and my Creator, I hope to speak the truth. And to my good friend who had given me the first clip and told me to talk about it, yes, I told you he's not of African descent, but he felt it is important to discuss it, and I felt likewise. So let's go through this again. Without any further ado, I shall play for you again this clip. I shall play 2 clips for you again. Because I want you to really soak it in and to see if there's any truth in it. And if there's any truth in it, what can be done to remove that stigma? What can be done to change that situation? What can be done to create a paradigm, or as my political friends would say, that paradigm shift? What could be done? That's why I'm doing this, you know. It's to motivate you not to be embarrassed, but to be strengthened. Not to be sad, but to be fortified. It's to cause you to think, where am I? Who am I? What am I doing with my life? Trinidad Tobago, are African people stupid? And do we forget where we come from? And that's why we are at the bottom of the economic ladder. Look at the first clip. Are we stupid?
Good afternoon, everyone. Nation Speaks. Just want to highlight something that transpired today in a conversation with one of the assistant managers to one of the Chinese wholesale outlet. Excuse me. Talking to one of the gentlemen, he quit his job today. A very popular Chinese food store here in Nassau, and he said to me, he said he was sick and tired of the way the Chinese behaves and the way they talk to them. And he said today, having a conversation with one of the young Chinese managers, the Chinese manager said to him that black people are the stupidest set of people that has ever walked the face of the earth. The Chinese said to him that there's no other race in the world more stupider than black people, and that's why black people is to the bottom of every economic ladder in the world, and they will never rise up. He told him, he said, you know, this is a black country, and in this black country, a Chinese or any other ethnicity, any other race of people, whether it's Indian, Chinese, Arabs, and he went on, I don't want to quote verbatim to make a mistake, said, and they can come into a black country and they can set up a business next to a black person in a black country, and with the help of the black people, they will put the black man out of business in a matter of weeks. Let me say that again. He said that a Chinese or any other ethnicity can come into a black community or a black country, set up a business next to a black person in a black country, and in a matter of weeks, with the help of black people, they can shut black people out of business. Now, when he highlighted the fact that black people are stupid, I was in awe. But when he explained that to me, I must agree. For another ethnicity to come to our land and tell us that we are the stupidest set of people that has ever walked the face of the earth, we would argue and get angry, but it's a fact. What he said is a fact. Any other ethnicity can set up a business in our country next to black people and will get the support of none of its own people. There are people that go to another race, and he said his father say, and black people are the only people that has ever done that. And that's the truth. It sounds cruel, but it's the truth. Because you can set up a store no matter what your prices are. Once the Chinese are selling next to you, the Chinese will shop with the Chinese. If you set up a business, the same thing applies to the Indian. Indians will first shop with Indians. Europeans will shop with Europeans. Black people are the only race of people who will spend their money with another race of people who don't like them or who don't care about them. So I must agree with the young Chinese man. We are so far in that situation, the stupidest set of people that has ever walked the face of the earth.
So the question is, do you agree or do you concur? My friend always would call and say, no, he don't agree, we are not stupid people. And I agree, African people are brilliant, smart. But in terms of and that's generally speaking, my brother. But I want you to zoom in on economics. Where economics are concerned, though we might be great in all sorts of equation, but in terms of economics and empowerment and enriching our community, are we smart, my brother? I want to ask all of you the question. Those of you who are Africans, is it what is said there is true that the Chinaman said that Africans will bypass our African business and go elsewhere? Is that true? Yes or no? Yes. Is that true? Is that true, my brother? And I'm hearing right around the studio that it is true. Let me take 2 calls and then I play the next clip. Caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Boris. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Mr. Boris, what that gentleman said there when you asked the question before you go, I was going to say that, well, not what he said, but I was going to tell you that question could be answered by yes positively and no positively. And I was going to tell you that why I say yes is because how the African man considers ethnicity. The African man always needs to be more prepared to serve than to be served. Now, I want to give you a big example. I'm saying this because everybody will see this on television. I see people just take the little 13 years, 14 years, 15 years old children and allow people to put them in front of a political party as mascot to say is a oneness with us. But then they turn around and giving their own folks all the big set of contracts, all the big set of this, and the people who is in the party as African have no power. And we stop here and see that. And people pride us, different how that has hurt me. Eh? They take the little children and let them put them in front as mascot to teenage children and to pretend all of us is one. Playing a set of all kind of Bob Marley kind of thing, all kind of music, and as they move away from that, the music change. Mr. Boris, this is a very serious thing. And unless we don't stand up, one of the things I want to say before I go, listen carefully to all African leaders. They always asking and saying, we are all one people. Let us live together. Why can't we live and come together? You didn't hear any East Indian person, Chinese, see anybody saying that? They don't say that. Because they don't want that. We always we always seem to be wanting to come together. That don't want to come with us. And this is why they look at us in this way. No respect, no regard. Because we're not doing that kind of thing. And what that Chinese man said, that is a fact. We can't run away from that. Because I had business, Mr. Man, and I had a great sufferer at that, A great sufferer, what that gentleman said there. Somebody else. I know the time short.
Thank you for your call. Thank you very much for your call. Caller, welcome. Caller, welcome.
Hello.
We have lost the next call? All right, if we have lost the next call, let's go on.
I love my country. I love my country.
Oh, go right ahead. Caller, welcome.
I love my country.
Go ahead, welcome. Listen on your telephone and not on your television. Lower your television. Welcome. Go ahead.
All right. Mr. Boris?
Yes, louder.
You're not hearing me? You're hearing me?
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that black people are stupid. I wouldn't say that at all. Because let me tell you something. If the black man have a shop there, and the Chinese man come and have a shop there, the black man selling something that Negro people would buy or poor people would buy, he's selling that for $2.50. The Chinese can't sell it for $1, and that is where the black people would go and buy because they're saving one something. So I wouldn't say black people are stupid. I would say black people pull along one another. Because if you help a black person and they reach a point and you still think, they pass you when they get on top. That's what black people do. Black people they don't have that kind of sense to know to love one another, love their own. You break your own children, and because they have masters and doctors, they leave you with the poor mother who are no education. That's what black people. You never see the Indian. You see the Indians in the mall with the old granny and the old, not nigger people. Nigger people walking fast.
No. We don't use that word here, African people or black people. Not that word. And tomorrow I'll play you a clip. So tomorrow I shall play a clip about that word that you'll understand why we should never use that word. Tomorrow, don't miss tomorrow's program. If God spare our life, at 4:15 tomorrow. Let's take this call. Caller, welcome. Caller, welcome.
Hello?
Yes, welcome.
Hello?
Hello, yes, welcome.
Mr. Harvey?
Yes, sir.
I love my country.
Keep the love alive, sir.
Let me tell you, this morning I was talking to an African lady. She have a little business, and I told her the same thing, that you selling this place. Look at who going and buy from, who would buy from you. I say the African people going and buy by the Indian, they're buying by the Chinese, but they ain't coming to support you. You see, that is the downfall. The African people is not supporting the African people. Look at Mr. Manning. Build all those houses, the whole Trinidad. I so vexed with Mr. Manning that could have helped the African people. Give them house. Forget about the Indian. Don't give the Indian house because they could do it, but the African people. Why leave all those houses there? He could have given them at a cheap price and allow them to live. You know, that is what I'm looking at. Why he didn't do that. Thank you, Mr. Harvey.
Thank you for your call, Director. Thank you for your call, Director. Hold all the calls. I see we have about 12 more calls lined up. Please, because of time and because I have to leave in a short, please hold all the calls, Director. The question is, are we stupid? What was said in that? People, you'll pass, the lady said, because the China will come and sell for $1, you sell for $2.50. But what was the price that the African businessman, what was he getting at wholesale? Was he getting the same 50 cents as the Chinese person and he going to $2.50? Or was it that he was getting it at a higher price at $2 and he sell for $2.50? Those are things we have to look at. The reason why it is so important, it was Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, when he was Minister of Housing, who was to do a project to look at the disenfranchised African youth. That project never came off the board because of pressure from the then opposition in those days. The opposition came against it. But it was then the Kamala Prasad-Bissessar who then gave Dr. Selwyn Ryan $1 million allegedly to do a program to how to empower and how to help the African youth. That thing was done, but nothing came out of it. The question is, tomorrow, I may not have any guests. Tomorrow, I will open the lines right through. I want to talk about this. I want you to become conscious. We need to change our paradigm. We need to understand who we are. Let me tell you, if you're African open a shop, I'm telling you, Indians will come and shop in your shop. Africans will come and shop in your shop. But tell me of any other race will come and shop in your shop. Tell me this. But you see, Africans, do we care about each other? When I become minister, do I care about Darian Marcel? Do I care about Richard Norrie? Do I care about them? Or I care about my new friends? My new friends are very knocking glass together, clickings. But before you was minister, they didn't care two shocks about you. But now you're minister, clicking. And if they call you, yes, you call, or if you miss the call, the secretary says, your so-and-so called for you, pick up the phone, secretary, call it back one time. But if he get a call from Harvey Burris, all right. Is that the truth? I'll play this clip again. Do we change when we get rich and switch? Do we change when we become educated? Because you have a master's degree, a PhD, you don't want to go back in the hole in Samoa, big where you're from, or in Laventille, where you're from, or your old granny who poor, or your cousin who broke in Scotland. You want to part of them because why? Them broken in Scotland because right now you have a PhD. No, you are middle class. Are we that dotish? Watch this. Tomorrow program, I will mash up the place. Watch this.
Yeah. Sure. I'm listening. You do know that I am a very busy man.
Oh my God. Reggie? Reggie Goodman.
Gina? Gina Booker.
Oh my gosh. Honey, let's go. Are you sure? Okay, I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, it is so good to see you.
Unbelievable. It's good to see you too.
Yeah, how have you been?
Well, as you can see, I'm working construction now. I'm doing well.
I need these facts. So go get it now. I don't have time for this.
I really gotta go. Again, it was wonderful seeing you. I'm so happy for you, okay? All right, take care.
Good to see you.
All right.
So, who's that?
Would you believe it? It's somebody I used to date like years ago back in high school. I can't believe I just saw him. Wow.
Really? I see. Well, I guess you're very lucky to marry me. Otherwise, you'd be the wife of a construction worker and not married to a millionaire like me.
Is that right? Well, you see, just because you're a millionaire today, you shouldn't forget about the times when you couldn't even pay your bills. Just because you're wearing a $4,000 suit now, don't forget about the times when you couldn't even tie your own tie. And darling, just because you're in a good place now, don't forget about the times when we were barely just getting by. Baby, just because you're successful now doesn't ever give you the right to forget about where you came from. All right?
TNT, welcome back. Welcome back. Just because you're successful now, just because you are the leader of the opposition, or MP, or a senator, or a minister, or the prime minister, or the president, or a businessman, or a counselor, or a PhD, or a lecturer, or a chairman of a board, just because you have reached that point, ought not to be the reason why you become a snotty nose, which is nose up in the air and only snot dropping on people. Just because. So I want to urge all of those who are in authority, all those who have power, all those who are successful, don't forget where you came from. Remember, a lot of people who are your friends now, they don't like you. They celebrate what you have achieved, yes, but they don't like you. And the moment some of you demit office, they shall become the friends of the new office holder, because really and truly, they are the friends of the office that you hold. Today, I wouldn't take any more calls. I know we have all the lines lit ready to call in, but I will take no more calls because of my time constraint. But I'll say this to you today. Tomorrow, I shall take call after call after call. I'll play those 2 clips and another one. And after play clips, we shall go into the heavy discussion. I want to have real discussion tomorrow, because tomorrow is the conclusion of this conversation as in respect to are we stupid. Trinidad Tobago, it is up to us, to unite. Africans and Indians must unite as one. As I told you before, globalization started by the Indian man. When he came from India, I did research. There were by far more men than women that came as indenture. And they saw the African beauties. And they had babies. That's why so many of them are called now Singh and Raj and all the different names as the case may be. Now, 3 Indian ladies came to me at the Center for Justice talking about their husband who they believe now have mistress. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, there is a new Douglasization starting. It's the Douglasization of Indian and Spanish. Indian women now are complaining of the stress that they're under in terms of the circumstances. That's the next conversation which I shall have with the nation. Not now, not now. Join me tomorrow at 4:15 for this program. This program, today's program, will be repeated tomorrow at 4:30 in the morning. But don't miss tomorrow's program, 4:15 God Spare Our Lives, because it's the conclusion of this 5-part series, Are We Stupid? If you're not proud of yourself, how can you be proud of somebody else? If you're not proud of where you are, how can you be proud of who have reached somewhere else? Let us understand that we must stand up together. We must unite as one. Indians and Africans and all other races must unite and respect each other. But the respect must start from yourself. If you, as an African person, don't respect you as an African person, and all you want to do is look down at each other, then all is lost. Join me tomorrow at 4:15. I love my country.
My Fete, your Fete, Army Fete. The safest fete in Carnival. Friday, February 22nd, 2019 in the Soca Showdown. Machel Montano with his full band. Soca Capital, Queen's Park, Savannah. Get ready to represent Farmer Nappy. So I go sing all the tune for you. Ira George, Urban Al, Shell Marshall, Voice Flex, and the All-Stars. Swampy, Super Blue, Grenada's Mandela Links, and from St. Vincent, Simba, Nadia Batson, Patrice Roberts, Amigo Be Hot, Nyla Blackman, and from Jamaica, Shensia, Soca Family. Get ready to represent
Army Fete, the safest fete in Carnival.
Army Fete is powered by
Stag, the official beer of Army Fete 2019.
Johnny Walker, Hennessy,
NLCB,
Blue Water,
Monster Energy Drink,
Racetrack Wheel,
American Stores,
Magnum Tonic Wine,
Forest Park Punch and Rum, more fire,
Campari,
and Guinness, made of more.
Yo expert, burn your belly. Some boy go lose their girl tonight. Somebody go touch it for you. Somebody go touch it. Some boy go lose their girl tonight. Somebody go touch it for you. Touch it for you. You can know she goes if you want to. She go give it to who she want to. You could buy her drinks if you want to. She go give it to who she want to. My youth, you don't own it. Stop one like you have a tagana. You're not the only man in the market with banana. Stop one like a superhero, like the Black Panther in Wakanda. Go there if the next man shamana. Take example from your father now. He never kill his stepfather now. Cause you know that. No girl, no one, no, nah, no, nah, no, nah. No girl, no one, no, nah, no, nah, no, nah. Some boy go lose their girl tonight. Somebody go touch it for you. Somebody go touch it. Some boy go lose their girl tonight. Somebody go touch it for you. Touch it for you. You can know she goes if you want to. She go give it to who she want to. You could buy her drinks if you want to. She go give it to who she want to. My youth, you don't own it. She give you a touch of the thing, you feel you're the king. Now you walk by sharing, and just as you by sharing, you feel like you control the thing. So when the next man intervenes, you want the vex like you're getting mad. Now another man creeping up in the yard. You are running down like a dad.
and Tuesday Synergy TV is bringing all the action live.
Love we feeling. Look, everybody reveling.
From the road in the bands and from the stage, Synergy Stage that is, live from Maria Pitta Avenue for the 2 days of Carnival. Synergy TV brings all the energy and vibrancy of the parade of the bands. Wherever you are in the world, Synergy TV offers the only full and comprehensive coverage of Carnival 2019.
If you never ever jump up in a carnival, you better find yourself right here.
So tune in or log on and catch all the action as it happens with full broadcast on both days. The Synergy Stage is lit and live for 2 days. This Carnival Monday and Tuesday.
I feel a vibe, I feel the energy, feel so alive when you are so close to me.
Start the winning with Green Dot. Pay your bill in full for January and February, or pay in full when you sign up for any of our TV, broadband, or bundles packages. And you can win free TV or broadband service for 1 year, and a 3-month membership to a gym of your choice. Plus, you can win a 1-month membership with Hard CrossFit, free fed tickets, campers, and more. So pay your bill in full, or sign up for one of our packages today, and start the winning with Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives. Visit us on Facebook or at gd.tt for more details. Conditions apply. This promotion is approved by the NLCB.
Nabby's Medical Marketing, the one-stop shop for all your medical and surgical supplies, specializing in pharmaceutical, medical, and home healthcare supplies. Nationwide distributors to all pharmacies, private and public hospitals. Fully stocked showroom with a complete range of home healthcare products, wheelchairs, walkers, and even hospital beds. Sole distributors for the Cook Medical range of products, including in vitro fertilization products, invasive, as well as minimal invasive lines throughout the Caribbean. Nabby's Medical Marketing supplies all IV solutions and dialysis products. Also available, life support oxygen concentrators, nebulizers, and more. Exclusive at Nabby's, the new 6-in-1 Mini Lab, which can be used professionally or in the privacy of your home. Tests include glucose, total cholesterol, cholesterol HDL, cholesterol LDL, triglycerides, and hemoglobin. These machines are life-saving. Now at Nabby's, our latest addition is distributor for St. John's Medical, a complete range of first aid kits and essentials for your home, school, office, new parent, and more. Visit our showroom at number 5 through 6 Harris Street in QREC. Telephone 645-5577 or 662-7533. Nabby's Medical Marketing, the company with 40 years in the medical field.
Shinsin seasoning products have been flavoring all of TNT's local cuisine since 1982. Shinsin introduces its No MSG line of products. Now you can use No MSG chicken seasoning, No MSG all-purpose seasoning, and No MSG poultry seasoning. Shinsin seasoning products are available in all leading supermarkets nationwide. Shinsin, same quality, great taste.
Royal Castle ready for the carnival. And good news, the Mega Meal ready too. Yes! Get 12 flavorful, tender pieces of chicken, 6 real nice tasty sides, and a refreshing 2-liter soft drink. Just right for the crew. The Mega Meal convenient for the beach line, or just to enjoy at home. So for this carnival, get the Royal Castle Mega Meal. Talk done.
Yo, this is your boy Aaron Duncan speaking, and I will be at the Children's Spectacular on Sunday the 24th of February. Parents, bring out your kids, come out in your numbers, because we're going back, hey, back to basics again, boom.
Children, girls and boys, moms, dads, uncles, aunties, grannies, get ready for the time of your life in Children's Spectacular. The ultimate family event, Sunday, February 24th, 2 to 6 p.m. at the Arima Velodrome. Come and hear all your favorite soca stars sing their hits of 2019. Also enjoy many added attractions like clowns, bouncing castle, face painting, chair planes, rock climbing, pony rides, zip lining, plus much more. All happening at the ultimate family event, Children's Spectacular. Sunday, February 24th, 2 to 6 p.m. at the Arima Velodrome. Adults 150, children 100.
And all rides are free. Early bird children tickets bought by the day before the show cost $20 less or until stocks last. Presented by Kiss Baking Company, Bermudez Biscuits, Holiday Snacks, Flavorite Foods, Digicel, and the Arima Borough Council.
For more info, call 628-8700